Yay, we're live. Okay, let's roll. Hopefully you can hear me. Definitely let me know if you're able to hear me. And if you're not, then let me know that too. All right. I hear some kind of sound. Okay, good. There's that. And let me find a way to mute myself. That's better. Okay, so now I'm not in my own in my own ears, which is good. Welcome. Awesome, Danette. Great to have you here. Thank you so much for joining. Wonderful to reconnect. And for those of you who are joining live or listening to the recording, if you'd be so kind as to hit that like button for the content, that would be greatly appreciated. Oops. There we go. And if you're here for the first time or the second time, but you still haven't subscribed to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button so that you're notified as soon as we go live on content like this or any other great content. And hit that notification bell so that you can get notifications and updates for reminders of important events that we'll have. Awesome. Cool. Well, Yosef, welcome. Great to have you here. Emily, welcome. Kim, awesome to have you here as well. Wonderful to read for you, my dear. Thank you so much for your leadership. The last 2 days have been so profound and such intense healing. You're welcome, Danette. I mean, it's your leadership too, right? This is an us thing. So I'm really grateful that we're getting the chance to do this together. The power in these meditations is that you're able to do it on your own and create profound change and healing in your own life and in your own body. But you're also able over time to shift things in your life and the lives of those around you, especially as you share the meditation with people in your world. So I'm super grateful to have been gifted this meditation from my guides. I am now gifting it to you. Go forth and meditate with people. It's not proprietary in any way. I think they gave it to me because it was just time for this information to be on the planet. And so, if you want to share it, please do. I've definitely had a woman translate the meditation into French. Be awesome if somebody wants to translate into other languages. That would be fantastic. I'm just compiling them. And at some point, I'm sure I'll write this stuff down and make it available via donation on my website. So, welcome, Gemini Princess. Appreciate you being here. All right, so let's go ahead and dive into the overview for anyone who's joining for the very first time. Welcome. Who's a first timer here? If you drop me a comment and just let me know if this is your first time here, you are more than welcome. I'm so grateful you've joined. The way this meditation goes is that we're going to meditate together for about 45 minutes to an hour, and we'll do a healing for ourselves where we bind all harm for each of our chakras. We will command the healing for any harm that we've caused or harm within us that has come to us. And then we will command our ascension to love. The process works by moving through the chakras. And if you're not familiar with the chakras, there they are on the screen. You can check out what they are on the left and what they stand for on the right. And if I notice a lot of people say and share that, at certain points during the healing, they feel a lot of movement or stuckness or blockage or light happening in one chakra or the other. And so sometimes it's nice to pay attention to where that is. And if you can or feel called to, do some internet research about, the kinds of energies tethered to each chakra and what there is to know about the way that chakra works when it's functioning at its highest. Um, because ultimately, what we're going to do is connect them all. And when I get to the third eye, I'm specifically going to ask you to locate a place here where the pineal gland and the crown chakra connect. If you can, not the pineal gland, but the third eye and the crown chakra, there's a place where they connect. And so, where those two connect, I want you to just pay attention there as opposed to seeing them completely separately. There is a place where they intersect and they are one. And so, we'll be working with that energy today as well. Sometimes my cursor disappears, so just give me a second. I gotta play ghost cursor with it. It's crazy. There we go. There. Oh, whew. Okay. Uh-oh. Let's clear the annotations. And then the next thing to know is that the flow of energy as we work together this evening, we're going to start with the heart and we're going to move down each succeeding chakra, bring our energy back up and around through to that third eye crown connection and then back down to the heart. And we'll work with the chakras in that order. When we get to the crown chakra, we'll do something very special with that one. So be on the listen for that. Excuse me, beloveds. And ultimately, what we're going to do is create a heart based torus field where we are running love through us and around our auric field. And that auric field is elastic. We can stretch it, we can contract it. And in running that energy, what we're doing is activating our toroidal column of light. And this is what's also called your ascension column. And this ascension column is basically when all of the chakras are fully aligned and vibrating at the same frequency and meld into a singular column of loving light inside of you. This is what we're working toward. And it's in that state that a lot of coherence can happen, heart coherence, a lot of healing can happen, and a lot of activation can happen, not just for ourselves, but for others. So, unless there are any questions, we'll go ahead and dive in. Allison says, "Thank you for creating this space and bringing us all together. This has been such a powerful experience." I'm really happy to hear that, Allison. Awesome. Kelly Williams, you are welcome. Great to see you, Concrete Angel. So, let's go ahead and dive in, shall we? One last thing. Again, for those of you who are new, once we've completed the meditation for ourselves and we've fully activated that toroidal column of light, what we'll do is we'll move into a second stage of the meditation where we will connect ourselves to one another as a human heart grid. And in activating our human heart grid, once we're activated and fully locked in, then I'll invite someone from our group to suggest something that we can work on together to bring healing to on planet Earth. And so, I'll just ask you to type it in the comments and whatever comes through first, I'm really just trusting it as what's needed at this time. Okay. And then at the end, there'll be about 15 minutes or so for Q&A as people need. All right. So if anyone is doing this in the future, always remember to create a sphere of energy protection around you before you begin. Because we will be working with the opening of your chakras, and it's just important to set yourself up with protective energies while you work with your own energies. And I'll walk you through how to do that momentarily. Okay, beloveds. So go ahead and just allow yourself to settle and sink in. Allow your energy to come to rest around you. You may wish to see the energy settling like snow falling to the ground, skirts coming to settle from their rustling and movement. And just call forward a sphere of protection. See it gently building around your aura, above and below, left and right, front and back. And now let's command our protection. I now command that only that which is love may enter this space. And now just bring your attention to your heart. Bring that attention to your heart. And now you may wish to command that this source energy center open with words like these. I now command this source energy center to open. And just notice any thoughts, memories, or people who start to bring themselves to your attention as tethered to this source energy center. And now let us command the removal of harm. I now command anything that has emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm to be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source for a full transmutation to love. And now let us command our healing. I now command source love. Come down and fill this source energy center and all associated harmed places with love, making them whole again. And now let us command our ascension. I now command this source energy center arise and align with the Christ consciousness timeline for it, and all associated cells and DNA reconfigure to match the vibration and frequency of Christ consciousness. And now just bring your attention to your solar plexus. I now command the source energy center to open. And just notice what reveals itself to you. I now command anything that is emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source for a full transmutation to love. Just feel it releasing. I now command Source Love, come down and flood this Source Energy Center and all those harmed places, making them whole again. I now command this Source Energy Center to arise and align to the Christ Consciousness timeline for it, and all associated cells and DNA reconfigure to match the frequency of Christ Consciousness. Gently float your attention down to your sacral. I now command the Source Energy Center to open. I now command anything that is emanated from this Source Energy Center that has caused harm to be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to Source for a full transmutation to love. I now command Source Love to come down and flood this Source Energy Center and all those harmed places, making them whole again. I now command this Source Energy Center to arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for it, and all associated cells and DNA to reconfigure to match the frequency and vibration of Christ consciousness. Float your attention to your root chakra. I now command the Source Energy Center to open. Just notice what it wants to reveal to you. People, memories, sensations, feelings. I now command anything that is emanated from this Source Energy Center that has caused harm be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to Source for a full transmutation to love. I now command Source Love to come down and flood this Source Energy Center and those harmed places, making them whole again. I now command this Source Energy Center to arise and align to the Christ Consciousness timeline for it and all associated cells and DNA to reconfigure and match the frequency of Christ Consciousness. And now gently bring your attention to that place where your third eye and crown meet. I now command this Source Energy Center to open. I now command anything that is emanated from this Source Energy Center that has caused harm be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to Source for a full transmutation to love. I now command Source Love to come down and flood this Source Energy Center and all those harmed places, making them whole again. I now command this source energy center to arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for it and all associated cells and DNA. Reconfigure to match the frequency of Christ consciousness. And gently float your attention down to your throat. I now command this source energy center to open. Just be with any pictures your throat is showing you, any feelings or memories. I now command anything that is emanated from this source energy center that has caused harm be bound, rendered neutral, and sent back to source for a full transmutation to love. I now command source love come down and flood this source energy center in all harmed places, making them whole again. I now command this source energy center to arise and align to the Christ consciousness timeline for it and all associated cells and DNA reconfigure to match the frequency and vibration of Christ consciousness. Gently begin to float that throat chakra energy through the heart and from the heart down to the solar plexus, down through the sacral, and through the root. And gently begin to float it up, through, and around your energy, in through your third eye, where that third eye and crown meet. Allow this love energy to move once again through the throat to heart, solar, sacral, root. Allow it to move up and around your aura, back in and through. Gently begin to bring your attention to your crown. And just above your crown, create a symbol of unconditional love. Notice that symbol beginning to vibrate and light up and gently flow into your crown chakra, lighting it up. Lighting it up and bringing forward all of the things we've done with each of the other chakras, doing it in one step, releasing harm, sending it back to source for love transmutation, filling with source love, and becoming the frequency of unconditional love in Christ consciousness. Allow that symbol to sink through the third eye and now through the throat, bringing a purifying love with it through the heart, solar plexus, sacral, and the root. And just watch as that symbol expands out through the root, becomes bigger and wider, and begins to envelop your entire aura as it rises and comes back together at your crown. Just move this radiating symbol through your crown again. Allowing it to move through all of your chakras and out through your aura. And just allow this field of love that you've created to be illuminated fully with love all around you and love within you. And as you're ready, just bring your attention again to your field of protection around you. Just notice how, as your field of love grows, your field of protection goes right with it. Allowing only that which is love to enter your space. Allowing those chakras to fully connect as one column of light. The more the energy runs, the more connected they are in love. Just gently allow this love energy to expand and fill up the entire room that you're in. like a balloon. With your energy, push out and allow this love energy to fill the entire structure that you're seated in. Your home, your apartment, your office. Push out again and witness the love energy begin to fill the neighborhood as it runs through you and surrounds you. Push out again and allow the love energy to expand even beyond your neighborhood to your entire town or city or state or province or territory. See it getting bigger and bigger. And just notice how your sphere of protection goes with it, keeping you safe all along. And as you continue to expand, you may begin to notice or feel in your energy a gentle press from one side or another, like two balloons bumping into each other. And as you feel the light and love energy from one of the other meditators pressing against you, just gently ask them, may we connect heart to heart in love. So awesome, you guys. Really well done. Watching the human heart grid light up. Very nice. Just keep allowing your love energy to run. Allow it to move through you and around you. Refilling you, strengthening you. All right, now that we're all connected, would someone be so kind as to suggest which challenge the humans on earth might be facing at this time that we can create healing for in the chat box. Thank you. And don't worry if you're not called to suggest anything. Feel free to just keep enjoying the loving vibes. Okay. So, Juniper, that's a great suggestion. We need something very concrete to work with as a situation or circumstance that beings may be experiencing. So, fear is definitely part of any challenge that we can focus on, but we want to be focused and discreet so that our energy can be concentrated and directed in its capacity to heal. Um, So Salma suggests beings around the world connect to source and feel oneness. Okay, very good. And even more specific, M. Solomon shares women who have not found their voice or their power yet. That's very specific, M. Solomon. We'll work with that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So just gently bring your attention back to your energy flow and your connection to your heart grid partners. If you need to pull your symbol of unconditional love through your toroidal column of light again, please do. And so for this one, we will locate a woman in your life, mother, daughter, sister, aunt, cousin, teacher, coworker, friend. Locate a woman in your life. Who you have seen express that they would like to better express themselves or experience more of their own power. This isn't necessarily someone whom you think should express themselves more, or someone who you believe should stand in her power more. This is someone who has said, I need that. Look for her because she's ready. We don't want to put anything on people that they have not asked to receive. So find the woman in your life who has expressly shared a desire for more of her own voice, self expression, and power. And trust that the women who need it, even if they haven't asked for it, will receive the transmission, heart to heart. Tricky. There's plenty of women we'd like to give this to, but if they have not asked, it is not ours to give. Once you've located the woman in your life who has expressly requested this, just invite her into your space and ask her if she would like to receive an activation of her power and voice. And once she's consented, heart to heart, share this love transmission with her. Doesn't have to be your power, it's simply the love power flowing through you. There's nothing you need to give of your own. Love will do the work for us. And once you've completed the transmission, if there is another woman who has expressed a desire for more of her own voice and more of her own power that you're familiar with, ask her if she would like to receive this transmission and activation as well. If you don't know of a woman specifically, or if you know of a group of women, you may call forward all willing souls. And just gently watch as the love energy flows through your ascension column and moves out through your heart to their hearts. And anytime you just need a little bit of break, call forward that symbol of unconditional love again and move it through your ascension column. And as you're ready, complete your transmissions. Remember that you and you alone are not responsible for everyone's healing. Know that this energy will continue to work heart to heart. It's come through you, but it's not you. You can let go and you can allow the love to take over and go where it's most needed at this time. And a little gentle reminder. There may be a woman in your life whom you've recognized as needing a transmission like this. Trust that it will find its way to her now that it's in the heart grid at a time at which she's ready. There's no need to force what hasn't been asked for yet. Very good. Gently float your energy closer into you now, completing your transmissions and saying thank you to the women who have received the transmission today. Float your energy closer to you. You may feel some of that balloon pressure easing as you bring your energy back to you, to your state, your city, your province, your country. Just bring your energy back in. Gently thank your ascension partners, your meditation partners today, as you bring your energy back to yourself. Notice the release that provides. And watch as your field of protection just begins to shrink. As your energy comes back to you, your field of protection contracts to match. Bring your energy back into your neighborhood, back into your building. Allowing your meditation partners to go their way while you go yours. Releasing them and bringing your energy back into your room. Very good. And just allow yourself to feel that loving energy circling through you and around you. that ascension column completely lit up with love. And this concludes our meditational portion of this session. You may find it helpful to stretch, open your eyes, move your limbs. Definitely have some water. Please have some water. If you'd like to keep enjoying the energy, you're welcome to pause or click out of the live stream as we move into the open sharing and Q&A portion of our time together. Thank you, everybody, for joining the meditation today. Deeply appreciate that. Such great work. Very, very great work. Thank you for something so specific to work with today, M. Solomon. Appreciate that. Jessica Cosfield. How do I do your name? Jessica Suefield. Okay, I'm just seeing your name for the first time in this way. Got it. Okay, I feel like I felt more emotional since we started doing the meditations. Is that to be expected? Yeah. The meditation is very sensitizing. When you get calibrated to the frequency of love, you're not able to withstand, some of the callousness or carelessness that has become very commonplace in the third dimensional realm between human beings. There's a higher call in your cells and in your soul to act in love. And when you're witnessing unloving behavior, there's a sensitivity to it. It's like your soul calls you to it. That's not love. That's not love. That's not love. Oh my gosh, that's not love. There's a way in which you're capable now of sensing and seeing what love is and what love is not. It's a very sensitizing meditation. Over time, as you strengthen in your sovereignty in the meditation, as you allow the love energy to put you back fully inside of you, there's less over identification with other people and what's going on for them. And so there's this way in which you don't become, instead of callous, you learn how to care without carrying it around. So instead of numb, you notice, but you don't feel the need to fix it all by yourself. And that's the difference. As you strengthen in love, part of strengthening yourself in love is the recognition that all souls have their path and that it's not for us to interfere with either our energy or our words or our actions unless asked to intervene. And so you'll notice that that sensitivity that is happening now is just, it's just you awakening to love, Jessica. And getting very sensitive to what love is and what's not love in interactions. Okay. Kim Robertson says, thank you, Kay. Always feel so expanded and peaceful after these. What a gift you shared. Yeah, me too, Kim. My guide shared it with me. So it's a real gift they shared with all of us. Vandana Sharma says, beautiful Kay, thank you. It was pure and divine and ethereal and awesome. Oh, and you put the mermaid. I love the mermaid. Thank you. I'm glad you enjoyed that. Concrete Angel, this was so beautiful. Thank you from all of Gaia. Awesome, Concrete Angel. Appreciate that. Thank you, Kay and Heart Grid friends. You're welcome, Allison. Danette Rodriguez, Heart Grid friends. Yes. Solomon shares, thank you so much for focusing on women having a voice tonight. I felt my sister tonight. She died on January 1st of this year, and she had expressed many times that she wished she had a voice and power. Beautiful. When you said all souls, I knew I should ask that focus tonight. Very good. I'm glad you tapped right in, M. Solomon. That's a really beautiful thing because, you know, the beautiful thing about love is it transcends dimensions. And even though her body's not with us in the 3D, that doesn't mean her soul can't receive the healing. It can receive the healing. And that healing could very much be a part of, you know, what she needs at this time in order to move forward in the next step in her soul's growth, bodied or not. So that's very good, M. Solomon. I'm really glad that you were able to create that healing. Kelsey Mans, thank you, everyone. Juniper P, can we do this weekly every month? You can do whatever you want, Juniper. Whatever you like, babe. That's a lot for me to commit to. But I have been thinking about it, honestly. You know, when I'm good, I'm doing this daily for myself. And I would recommend a daily meditation practice as you are called to it. So if you're feeling called to do this, yeah, Jessica, you and all your kids. I'm so sorry. I messed your name up like for 4 days in a row. Like every time I see it, I see Causfield, but it's not that. So, okay, cool. So yeah, Juniper, to answer your question, I don't know if I'm called yet to facilitate that in that way. There are certain factors in my life, you know, from a scheduling perspective that mean that, you know, there's some ways that I can work and there are some ways that I can't right now. So that being said, if you feel the need to meditate, do this meditation daily, by all means, beloved, giddy up. I will not stop you. But I think then I'm not really sure the next time when I'll do it or what level of regularity or continuity I'll be called to once we complete this, but I'll tune in for it and see if there's other requests around it, Juniper. Because I know people do enjoy active meditation with others. So I know I do for sure. So I'll see what the prompting is in terms of my internal guidance. Badass group of heart grid mamas in here for sure. For sure. Very powerful. Very powerful. Does anyone else have a question? Question about the commands, things they experienced during the meditation? You know, the language my guides gave me for the way we conduct the meditation. Is there any question about any of that? Solomon, you did a fantastic reading for me earlier this year. So much advice and wisdom. Oh, good, Solomon. I'm glad that the reading gave you some things that you needed. I try. I'm not everyone's cup of tea. I know that, but I'm grateful when I can be of service. So, um, thank you. Thank you for allowing me the opportunity to partner with you. Any questions or reflections? Did anyone notice anything? Who's here for the first time? What was it like for those of you who were first timers? And likewise, for those of you who, you've done this before and now you're doing it again this solstice, what are you noticing this time around? Okay, totally cool if you don't want to share. If you guys are blissed, I will leave you in the bliss, my peoples. Um, I am happy to let y'all drift. Um, Juniper P, the command style totally silences the chatter in the mind. Good. Yeah. So, one of the gifts of the way my guides handed me I was going to say the recording. They didn't give me a recording. They just popped in and said, "This is what you do." They transmitted the meditation is that the meditation places us back in our creatorship sovereignty as divine beings. Creatorship is one of the gifts of being divine incarnate. And so utilizing commands, utilizing our words gives us the opportunity to create. And Sandra Walter talks a lot about this over on her blog about creatorship and commands and using your commands when you meditate as well. But they specifically gave the commands to me and they were like, okay, use this, say this. And I found the same thing to be true, that it was like, oh, wow, when I use the command for something, I now command XYZ, fill in the blank. Like literally, my energy obeys. I'm like, wow, this is fascinating. I got to use commands more often in my life with my own energy. I got to use this more often. So, yeah, that's great that it silences the chatter in your mind. Use commands in your life for your own energy, use them for your own creatorship with your body, with your mind, with your energy. Obviously, don't abuse yourself with it. I command myself to stop feeling sad. Well, if you feel sad, like look into that. Be kind. And simultaneously, when you're exercising creatorship, there's a lot you can do with commands. Danette Rodriguez, she noticed lots of visuals, mitotic spindles. I have no idea what those are, but that is awesome. Very cool. Solomon shares tonight. I felt my sister. Last night was profound because Yeshua joined me at a table and ate bread with me. I don't even eat bread. LOL. That's awesome. That is very cool. I'm so glad you guys are getting to have such rich experiences with the meditation. Keep going. Keep going. Because the meditation will really allow you to expand in your consciousness, expand in your gifting, your spiritual gifting, and really allow you to expand in your power and sovereignty. Danette Rodriguez says it's DNA replicating during mitosis. Look at that. Very cool. Emily Wynn, I thank you for being here, sister. Thank you so much. And to all of you who have been silent partners in this evening's meditation and who will be listening to the recording, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Being able to meditate with everyone like this is a real gift. And it's a tremendous gifting for the heart grid. And just as a closing, you guys all understood why, when I said you may know a woman who needs this, but if she hasn't asked for it, it's not for her today. You guys know why I said that, right? Just confirm for me that you understood that. And if anyone has a question about, well, why not her, let me know and I can clarify that. Let me know and I can clarify that. Thanks, Allison. Your fingers are faster than mine, girl. I was typing and it wasn't going as fast as Allison's fingers. Juniper P, you're amazing, chica. You're amazing too. Yes, understood. Kim, absolutely. Yeah. Okay, good. Good. Yeah, it's hard. It's a really tricky thing. You know, my heart breaks when I see women who are in challenging situations, but who are not asking for assistance or intervention. But the first step in them reclaiming their sovereignty is making the request for the assistance. Kelly Williams, what if she is void of speech? Ooh, as in unable to talk? I mean, let me tell you something. Women are masters of nonverbal communication. Kelly, I know you know this. That women are masters of letting you know exactly how they feel and where they stand without words. And so, if there's any question or ambiguity or uncertainty, then she hasn't made the request. And part of the way that love really works is giving people the permission to stand in their sovereignty. And to command for themselves, I now request the receipt of a healing around this, or I now request, help or intervention around this, or I now want assistance on this. So, when we insist on providing a healing or giving a healing to someone who has not expressed that they want it, it's just more of the same. It's just putting something on them. It's more of the same oppressive paradigm. And so it's incredibly important that in our healing, we don't replicate that model. Good, Allison. That's great. Yeah. It's really important because sometimes, there are trajectories and timelines and lessons and soul contracts that people are meant to move through. And it's just not for us to intervene on those trajectories, despite how it hurts us to witness the suffering. When we want to give them the healing without them having requested it, that's for us so that we don't have to witness their suffering. That's not necessarily for them or of their highest good. So it's that request for permission, that request to connect, and honoring a person's response to it is a critical piece of sharing love. It's a critical piece of the behavior of love. Okay. Solomon, that's so great that your sister expressed it. That is awesome. Okay, beloved. So, yeah, I just wanted to make sure that we addressed that thoroughly there. That we didn't just walk around willy nilly to women saying, you need to use your voice here. You're activated. I don't want to see you suffering anymore. That hurts me. That's not love. So, okay, that's a wrap on this meditation. I will see you guys for day 5 tomorrow. Very excited. Thank you all for joining tonight, and you all take great care. Bye for now.